Hello and welcome to this new video tutorial of multi-vendor marketplace for WooCommerce. And in today's video tutorial, we'll be showing you what new features we have added within the marketplace itself. So for that, to begin with, what I'll be doing is I'll be taking you to the admin backend panel and the storefront as well. And I'll be showing you what different options are there that have been added and how those options are being reflected at the front end as well. So let's get ahead and let's see how we can do that. So for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be navigating to the admin backend panel first. So I've just logged into my account panel, and the very first thing that I want to show you is how the admin would be able to mass assign products to the respective sellers. So for that, what the admin needs to do is he needs to navigate through marketplace and then the product list. This brings up the section wherein the admin would be able to see all of the products that are there within the WooCommerce marketplace store, and from here the admin can easily assign the products that the admin wants to assign to a particular seller. So for that, what the admin needs to do is the admin needs to select the products that he wants to assign to a particular seller, and then from here from the drop down that says select seller, the admin can select the name of the seller to whom the admin wants to assign the products. So what we'll be doing is we'll be assigning Mark, a seller. So I've chosen Mark. I've chosen these two products. One is the hoodie with logo and the elbow one, and I'll be tapping on the assign button thereafter. Now on the pop-up, you just need to confirm the assignment of the products to this particular seller. And now you can see that these products have been assigned to Mark Doe. As on the right hand side here, you can see that the name of the seller for this particular hoodie with logo is Mark Doe, and the same is with the other one, that's the album that we have just assigned to Mark Doe. For example, if you want to assign these two products that are belonging to John Doe and you want to assign this to Mark Doe, you can choose the products. From the drop down, you can choose the seller to assign the products to and tap the assign and then the OK button to confirm the same. And you'll see that these two products have also, the hoodie and the v-neck has also been assigned to Mark Doe. So that was how the admin would be able to assign multiple or products in bulk to a particular seller. And now let's get ahead and let's see how the admin would be able to set the categories for the sellers and the product type that is to be used globally. So for that, I'll be navigating through marketplace, and then we'll be going to the settings option. I'll just tap that up, and this brings the marketplace settings, the main configuration settings for the marketplace module itself. So here we are on the configuration settings. Now what we need to do is we need to navigate to the product settings or the product tab, and here we have two different options that the admin can configure. One is the product type for seller, and the other one is the allowed categories for the sellers. Now for example, if the admin wants the product types that should be available to the sellers as simple and group products only, then the admin needs to choose those two product types. And similarly for the allowed categories as well, the admin would be able to assign particular categories that the admin wants the sellers to add the products into. So for example, the admin wants only the accessories category to be available to the sellers, so that whenever they are adding a simple and a group product, it would be added under the accessories, what we say as the category only. So let me save these changes and let me show you how this reflects at the front end as well. So we have chosen the product types as simple and grouped, and the allowed categories as only the accessories one. So I'll tap the save changes button. The configuration has been saved. Let me go to the front end and let me log into the seller account panel first. So here I am at the web store front end, and I'll be logging in as a seller first. Now on the left hand side we have our dashboard. The marketplace dashboard is there. Now I'll be going to the product list. Here we have all the products for this particular seller, and now what I'll be doing is I'll be adding a product by tapping the add product button. Now for the product categories, as you can see here, if I tap here, we only get the accessories that we had chosen from the admin backend. So now the seller would only be able to add products under the particular category that has been assigned by the admin. The admin can choose multiple categories as well. Now for the product type, we had chosen the simple and grouped, so only the simple and grouped are visible here. So let me go back once more. So let's choose all of these and all of the categories as well without the t-shirts, and let me save this. Now let me again go to the front end. Now let me refresh the page once. So now tapping brings up the categories now that are assigned to the sellers, and for the product types we have all of the product types that we had just chosen in the admin backend. So that was how the admin could assign the product categories and the product types that can be chosen while creating the products under the account panel. Now let me show you how the sellers would be able to add the upsell and cross-sell products under the account panel. So they'll have to navigate to the product list, then they need to add a new product, choose a category for their product. For now I'll just choose accessories, and let me choose the product type as simple. Now let's tap the next button. Now my phone, let me create a new product, something about the product, the SKU for the product, the regular price, some description. Let me tap and save the product. So right now the configuration is set to auto approval for the product, so none of the mails will be going to the admin for the approval of the products. But in the case if the admin has set up the option wherein the products need the approval, for that whenever a seller edits or adds a product, at that time a mail is sent out to the admin so that the admin can approve that thing, and only after that the product would be visible at the web store front end. So here I've already tried creating a product. We can set up the inventory, in stock, the other options, and under the linked products we have the upsells and the cross sells. So here the seller would be able to choose his products, or he can also type in the name of the product like this, and he can select the upsell and the cross sell products as well. And after that he can just tap the update button to update the settings, and lastly we can choose the product status as online, and we can tap the update button. So I've just not edited any of the images for this particular product, so what I'll be doing is I'll just search this product within the store. So here you can see the phone is visible, and we had added the upsell and cross-sell products. So the upsell one is here, the beanie that says you may also like this, and we have the cross-sell products as well. So that was how the seller would be able to add the upsell and cross-sell products under their own account panel. So let me go back to the configuration settings. Now whenever the admin makes the transactions, or after cutting out or after taking the commission to himself, when the admin transfers the amount to the seller's account, at that time those transactions that are being done, there's a log for them. So to check the transaction, what the admin can do is admin can navigate through seller list first, and then for any of the respective sellers the admin can tap the manage button under the action column, and here for the transaction tab, that's the third tab, the admin can tap the transaction tab. So for each respective seller the admin can check the transactions that he has made for the sellers, and the admin can also with the particular details or the information for that particular transaction, like the date, amount, type and method of the payment that has been made, and the details of the order itself, like the order ID, the name of the product, quantity, order total, the commission that has been received, and the transaction total that has been given to the seller respectively. So that was how the admin can check the transaction details. Similarly, the sellers would also be able to check the same. So for that I'll take you to the front end. Now let me go to my account section. So here under the marketplace menu options, we have the transaction menu option. So we can tap that up, and this brings up all the transactions that have been done by the admin for this particular seller, and the seller can check the details of the same by tapping the view button. And this brings up the transaction details, the information of the transaction, when the transaction was done, the amount of the transaction, and the type of the transaction, whether it was manual or automatic, and the method that was used for making the transaction. Apart from that, the details of the order are also visible, and the amount received to the seller is also visible under the subtotal, as you can see here, the $42.40. So that was how the seller and the admin would be able to check the transactions that have been made on their respective sections. So now let me show you how the admin would be able to configure the endpoints and the title for the seller's dashboard, product list, order history, and the other options that are there within the marketplace block. So for that, what we need to do is we need to navigate to settings under the marketplace menu option here, and then we'll navigate directly to the advanced tab. That's the last tab, and here the admin can set up the marketplace account endpoints. So basically the endpoints are appended to your page URLs to handle specific actions on the account pages. So they should be unique. For example, we have for the dashboard endpoint, we have set the title as we have set the endpoint as dashboard, and we have set the title as dashboard. So we can set it as seller dashboard, and let me take you to the front end. So I'll go to the dashboard section. Here you can see that we can see the dashboard only. That's how been set already. Now I've changed the title to seller dashboard, so I can save the changes. Now let me refresh this page. So you can see now the menu option has changed. So we have changed the title of the menu option. We have set it as seller dashboard. Similarly, for the product list, order list, we can do the same, and the other options that are there within the marketplace block here. For example, for the product list, right now it shows as product list, and for the product list we can set it as list of products maybe, and we can basically, it lets you know on which page you are exactly. So I'll go back to the front end. Now let me refresh the page. So now the name has been changed to list of products. So that's how you can change the endpoints endpoints from the admin dashboard for the account options for the sellers. Now let me go back, and so now let me show you how the admin will be able to manage the what we say as the feedbacks that have been given to the various marketplace sellers. So for that we'll go to marketplace, and then we'll navigate to seller to manage feedback sub-menu option, and this brings up all the feedbacks that have been given to the various marketplace sellers, and from here the admin can manage the feedback as required. So the admin would be able to approve or disapprove any of the feedbacks. So to approve a feedback, the admin can select the appropriate one, and then can choose the approve or disapprove option. So for example, if we choose a disapprove for this, we tap the apply button, and here you can see the status is disapproved right now. Now if I want to approve it, I'll choose the approve and apply. So here you can see that the description was a very nice shopping experience with the shop, great price and stuff. I've approved it. Now let's see this particular feedback at the web store front end as well. So here you can see the same review that the customer had posted for the John Doe. Very nice shopping experience with this shop, great price and stuff. So this particular review is visible on the profile page of the seller, that's the John Doe. So let's disable this once again from the backend. I'll choose the disapprove and apply. Now let me refresh this page once. So now you can see the review has been removed from the seller's profile page. So that was how the admin can manage the reviews for the sellers from the admin backend panel. So I can apply it, I can enable it, and the review would again be visible at the web store front end. So that's how the admin will be able to approve or disapprove the seller reviews, and can manage the same from the admin backend panel. So let me show you how the admin will be able to approve or disapprove the product add or edit thing whenever a seller tries to do the same. So for that, what we'll be doing is we'll be navigating to the settings section, the main configuration settings, and then we'll be navigating to the product settings for the marketplace, and here we can uncheck the option that says allow seller to publish, and we can tap the save changes button. Now let me go ahead and let me try and add one product. So I'll go to my account option that I've just changed into list of products. Let me tap add product. Let me choose one category, the product type, my shirt. Let me copy that up. SKU, the regular price, the product description, and let me take this out. Let me tap the save button thereafter, and so the product has been saved. We can set up the inventory and the other options if you want. And now let me show you how the admin will be able to approve this particular product that the seller has just tried to add. So basically the admin receives this push notification or the mail notification. So here you can see that the product approval request has arrived to the admin. Hi, the name and the email address of the admin, and it says vendor John has requested to publish my shirt product. Please review the request here. So by tapping this, the admin will be able to access and approve the same. And whenever the seller edits the product, my shirt number, for example, we've changed the name, I'll tap the update button, and we can see that another mail has arrived, and it's for the product approval request. So basically whenever a seller adds or edits a product, and whenever the setting that is allow seller to publish has been unchecked, at that time the admin needs to approve or disapprove the product manually. So that was much about the new features that we have just added within the WooCommerce marketplace, and hope that it helped you out. So if you have any other questions or queries regarding this particular extension, then you can always get back to us at support@webcool.com, or you may raise a ticket at webcool.us.com. Thanks for watching this video, and have a great day ahead.